Still don't know if this is a good move or not, because I'm a sports guy, especially when it comes to combat sports, mixed martial arts, boxing, stuff like that. Yeah, I'm your guy, but not my channel. But it is my partner, so and my lovely wife, Jackie. So I'll sneak a video right on here and talk about mixed martial arts. So if you don't like it, just go ahead and just go your own way, and I'll go mine. One thing I want to talk about is Mayhem Miller and how bad he fucked up, man. So bad. Man, I just watched him again. It's on YouTube. It's not like hard to find or anything. It's a real popular video of him beating Sakurai, but in the process of beating Sakuraba, not Sakurai. My bad. That was BS. Anyway, in the process of this happening, he ends up taking time for a photo op. He gets full mount and throws some fucking nasty ground and pound, and you're just, the whole time going, damn, he's getting fucking dominated. And he just basically held on to him. It wasn't quite the non-consensual sex choke, but it was enough to force his chest down to keep his back on the mat and posture up. Threw a peace sign. We saw someone take a picture, and he just continued the beating. So that's the Mayhem Miller I know, and that's the Mayhem Miller I expected to go into the UFC. But I just watched this fight with Michael Bisping, and boy, wow! There's nothing about those two fights that are similar, and there's nothing about the two fights that he had in the UFC with any of the Strikeforce fights that are similar. We almost had a middleweight champion when that belt was vacated. Excuse me, that belt was vacated, and Shields and Miller went 5 rounds. At the end of the 3rd round, it was saved by the bell. I said 2 seconds, but I'm thinking 1 more second on that clock, and Shields would have been out. He would have got caught in a rear naked choke, and it would have been former Strikeforce middleweight champion Jason Mayhem. And how to get decrepit that fast? I don't know, man. I kind of think he sabotaged his own career. I can't think of any other way, to fuck up so bad. But he fucked up pretty bad, He really fucked up pretty bad. Come on, really? Speaking of things that don't make any sense, I'm going to go do it now. I want to make sure I get all my facts right, because I think this shit is fucking hilarious. If you know anything about MMA, there's a guy named Brandon Vera who started a career as a heavyweight. He's beaten some great talent, including the Frank Mir. Beat Frank Mir. Yeah, beat Frank Mir. I think by TKO too. He put a whooping on Frank Mir. So this card is silly from top to bottom. From top to bottom, this card's fucking silly. There's huge favorites and huge underdogs. I'm sure there'll be an upset or two, but I could probably call all these fights. So let's give it a whirl. Even people I've even heard of before. I'm just going to go ahead and do it just because. And the whole card, let's see. There's 9 fights. So Manny Gambarian versus Omagawa. Pick the Amber. Manny the Gambarian. We got Josh the Poop Grisby versus Ryan Yaya. Hits the ground is Yaya. Standing. Let's go with Grisby. Swick Johnson. Swick's been out for a minute, so we're gonna go with Johnson. Phil Davis versus some guy that didn't even get his picture taken for UFC yet, and his last name is Prado. Phil Davis. Yeah, we're going to go with Phil Davis. And if you don't, it's going to be Phil Davis. Anyway, and if you think that's bad, there's some serious wear and tear on the card. Just a moment here. The next fight up is Cole Miller versus Nam Tham. This is probably, to me, the most interesting fight on the card. Nam Tham was totally robbed by Leonard Garcia. Well, not by Leonard Garcia, by the judges. He beat Garcia. They rematched. He won against Garcia finally. He avenged his loss. But I mean, avenging losses isn't as good as getting them in the first place, rematching the guy and getting yet another one. You know, beating them twice is avenging a loss is one thing, but beating them twice is on a whole nother level. For that one, I'm going to go ahead and go with Cole Miller. Anyway, next is we have Joe Lozon versus Terry Adam. This is a fight that I'm very interested in. I've grown up watching these guys. Adam from the UK, Lozon from Boston, Massachusetts. Last time I saw Lozon, he got kicked so fucking hard. I could hear his mouthpiece break. You know, so I'm gonna go ahead and go with Lozon. Let's go with Joe Lozon, man. I'm gonna go with Joe Lozon. Terry Adams not ready for Joe Lozon yet. Joe Lozon was actually thrown to the wolves a long time ago, and when I say thrown to the wolves, he was thrown to the captain of the ship, the boss of the boat, the lightweight division. That's the man, the man with the master plan, James Pulver, and he knocks out James Pulver, not only in the first round but very early in the first round. Joe Lozon, and also starred on season 6, I think 5, 6, 7, somewhere around there, on The Ultimate Fighter, whatever season Nate Diaz was on, and he's had ups and downs in his career. Adam got a couple good fights, caught a good guillotine in the first round, the first few seconds of the first round once. It's going to be Joe Lozon. That's my word. Travis Brown, Ben Rothwell all day. I'm just going to just leave it there. Machida versus Bader. Now, when I first saw this card, I'm like, is this like the card? Like, is this a cheat card? It has to. It's a cheat card. It's a fucking cheat card. Machida. Lyoto Machida's going to beat Ryan Bader. Again, that's the end of that. And that's the co-main event. I love Machida. It is like fencing. It's just leaping in and out with those punches. But he's not just a karate fighter like Chael Sonnen. They had a karate guy at 205 as champion. He's not just a karate guy. He's a karate guy that took his karate and adapted it perfectly to MMA. He has great takedowns, great takedown defense. He has great jiu-jitsu, solid striking. He's got submissions. He's very well-rounded former champion of the 205-pound division, and I see him taking Bader out probably in the second round. I see him by KO submission. And the main event gets no love from me. I mean, I think it's just absolutely silly to even consider the fact that the guy, this guy, Brandon Vera, is taking on Mauricio Shogun, who are in the main event. You heard me right, and in case you didn't get that, Brandon the Truth Vera will be fighting Mauricio Shogun Hua in the main event. Why? I have no fucking clue. I think there was another guy who was supposed to fight Shogun, and it didn't work out. So they brought, for some reason, Brandon Vera in, and he took the fight. Again, for some reason, took the fight. And let's look for a really dominant, violent knockout in the main event on UFC on Fox. So, let's look forward to that. That's going to be a knockout. I'm damn sure. I'm damn sure that's going to be a knockout. UFC 148, real quick. Let's buzz by this real quick because everyone's talking about it. I haven't even done a video on it yet. It's crazy that I haven't, but I've been tied up, real busy, and I mean, it's pretty clear. It's another card. It's like, whoever favorite, who's your favorite, Oh, Ortiz, Hunter Diggs, bad boy, went back against the wall, he fights the best, and then you know, you got your Griffin fans, and he put UFC on the map. Tough one, man. Him 7 months, banging it out, dogfire. You know, so you have like two opposite sides of the spectrum that both see their favorites winning. This is the third one, and what's really fucked up about this is the first fight went to Tito Ortiz by split decision. The second fight went to Griffin by split decision, when I easily gave 29-28. So easily gave him 29-28. For something that's coming up really slow, but I think I have. The card's great. I'm already pre-ordered. I cannot wait for Saturday night. I mean, I'm so stoked about this card, from top to bottom. I mean, the Facebook shit, the Fuel TV shit, the FX shit, and definitely the pay-per-view. It's all worth it. $55? Yeah, it's worth it, for sure. Look at these fights. I mean, you can't beat this is the quality card. Now, originally, it was also supposed to start Uriah Faber and Dominic Cruz for the third time, the bantamweight championship of the world. So, you know, now he's facing Hanan Barral at UFC 149, also a snooze fest card, except for I don't see Hanan Barral. I don't see him taking out Faber. I don't think he's fought the quality, you know, the quality, the experience, the power, the speed, the trickiness of Uriah Faber, the toughness, the heart of Uriah Faber yet. But Hanan Barral is no joke. 27 wins in a row, you're no fucking joke. So the first fight of the evening that even starts off, I think they have one Facebook fight, and they actually won't even tell me who it is. That's me. This is playing me. On UFC.com. Really? It's crazy. Oliveira versus a name that I cannot pronounce. Izquierdo. Knock yourself out. Oliveira. Not Charles Oliveira either. Another Oliveira. I think he was a competitor in the Tough House in Brazil. Not positive. That's what I think. Is it Sakara? No, it's not. It's John Alessio or Shane Roller. This is the do or die for Shane Roller. I think Shane Roller's excellent jiu-jitsu guy. It's been caught a lot lately. So John Alessio, he's been around forever. Let's go with Roller. Next we got Bo versus Ricky Fukuda. Fukuda all day. Next one, very simple for me.
Anyway, unless Jackson fucks this up too, it makes it one of those dumb fucking wins like Conor beat Nick Diaz, you know, with one of those says. So it's Melvin Gillard versus an interesting guy. And a lot of guys don't know that. A lot of people know this. He's a pretty interesting guy, man. A lot of his interviews are funny, and he does train hard, and he hasn't had the most gracious MMA career. You know, he's 13-6-1 and all this, and he's a big guy. He's a really, really, really big guy for lightweight, and I can't wait to see this happen. But like I said, his record is 13-6-1. Melvin Gillard's record is 46-11-3-1. That's Melvin Gillard's record, and man, I mean, you know, you ask a guy like, how many fights have you been in your life? You know, how many times have you been in a fight? He can actually say, you know, 70. Then that's no counting street fights, you know. So I'm gonna take Melvin Gillard for sure. I don't think him coming out. By the way, the last time that he came out like dancing around a little bit. Pretty happy to be the main event or co-main event, whatever we were. I would do the same thing. I would do the exact same thing. I'm so happy. Fuck. I mean, that's something that a lot of people dream about, and I did too. I wrestled, and I always wanted to. I used to wrestle and then go home and watch UFC, and I always liked the wrestling aspect of it because I saw how you could be taken down and nullified on the ground and then smashed. And then I got that beauty right back there. And that added to my repertoire. So, yeah, I just have nothing but respect for mixed martial arts. Nothing but respect. And, by the way, please, people, it is mixed martial arts. It is MMA. It's not called UFC fighting, and it's definitely not called Ultimate Fighting. It is called mixed martial arts. Grayson Tebow versus yet another name. Check this one out. It's spelled Khabib, last name Nurmagomedov. Sounds sexy. Looks skinny. Grayson Tebow. I'm gonna take Grayson Tebow. I like Grayson Tebow, that's why. Ivan Menjivar versus Mike Easton. This was a tough one to call. Real tough one to call. Mike the Hulk Easton, 12-1. Ivan Menjivar, 24-8. I mean, they're the exact same height, exact same weight. I think their reach is the same too. So I'm right now just depends on swinging, but let's swing it. You know, let's just swing it towards Menjivar. Okay, great. Next up, yeah, this is where it starts to get really interesting. Is Chad Money Mendez versus Cody McKenzie. Cody McKenzie, of course, famous for the McKenzie team. Made even more famous by John Jones. Used it against the fence in a title defense against Lyoto Machida. He put Machida to sleep. And when I say put him to sleep, he put him to fucking sleep. And it was a standing guillotine. And what a McKenzie team is instead of either cradling your guillotine, pulling, or grasping your guillotine, or even dropping and pulling guard, it's flipping your wrist up to cut off the carotid arteries faster, easier, and much more. It's just a better way of doing it. It's an excellent modified guillotine, and this guy's I hate when I get the stats wrong, but I think like his last 8 or 9 wins came from this modified guillotine, which he calls the McKenzie team. But however, he is facing Chad Money Mendez that comes from Team Alpha Male, who deals with guillotine chokes all day long. Uriah Faber, Joseph Benavidez, these guys have tight guillotines, and he's a wrestler, so he has to keep. He's got to, set up his shots, pick his shots, and he's definitely have to tuck that chin, against Cody McKenzie. In this fight, I'm picking Chad Money Mendez. He's coming off a loss that I thought was stopped just a bit too early against Jose Aldo in Brazil. So he just fought for his title. So McKenzie coming into this fight, training out of Team Cedar Gracie with Nate Diaz, Jake Shields, and Joe Melendez. And also Ronda Rousey. Training Ronda Rousey up there. So Rousey has a fight for the 18th with Kaufman, and she is a 7-1 to win. Absolutely insane. Give Kaufman some credit. I mean, she's a great fighter. Damn. One fight that this is the fight. There's always this one fight on the pay-per-view card where I get up and make a sandwich, and it has nothing to do with the fighters. It's just I don't know. Dong Young Kim versus Damian Maia. Dong Young Kim, when I think of him, he was made of iron, made of granite, a chin of granite, and fucking arms of steel. And Carlos, a natural-born killer. Condon, before he was a natural-born runner, threw a fucking flying knee UFC 132, knocked his fucking ass out of title contention. And he stands at 15 wins, 1 loss, and 1 draw with 1 no contest. Damian Maia, Jiu-Jitsu wizard. He's been training with Vanderlei Silva, Shootbox Academy with the striking. What I think he needs to do is focus less on the striking in the entire fight and use the striking just to set the submissions, get back to your submission game, and get back in the W column, possibly back to title contention. The next fight is this is a good one. Kong Lee versus Patrick Cote. Kong Lee, I had no fucking idea was 39 years old. That's off the hook. And Patrick the Predator Cote He's been around for 100 years, man. He's fought Tito Ortiz. He's fought Jorge Rivera. He's fought Chris Lieben. Name him. He's fought him. I mean, he's standing at 18-7, 5'11", 185, 75-inch reach, and Kung Lee 7-2. 7-2, and Kung Lee's record's coming off of fights in some fights in Strikeforce and some fights in that dumb like circle-looking cage called Elite XC. Like their headliners were Kimbo versus Tank Abbott, and I think like he beat Frank Shamrock twice. He beat Scott Smith twice. It's just just from what I just said, I'm going to go ahead and go with Patrick Cote. Plus, this is his first. He was actually dismissed from UFC a couple years back. This is his first fight back. He compiled a few wins, so he's hungry. He wants to stay in the UFC. He wants to make some money, so it's definitely going to be Patrick the Predator Cote. As mentioned earlier, the next fight would be Griffin versus Ortiz. I'm so glad they put Griffin's name first. The reason they did that was because he won the last fight fairly. It should have been a split, but it was. So I can't call something that was, I can't say something that wasn't. So Forrest Griffin, 18-7, 6'3", 205 pounds. Tito, the Huntington Beach bad boy. Oh, did I say that? I hope Tito isn't watching. The People's Champ, Tito Ortiz, sitting pretty goddamn ugly at 17-10-1. The reason why is because he hadn't won a fight in I think 6 years up until Ryan Bader. So I don't see anything from Tito if he can't get Forrest down up against the fence and throw those elbows. If he can't do that, and Forrest can find a way to nullify that, work with Robert Drysdale way harder, don't give up the takedowns, then I see a clear-cut victory for Forrest Griffin, and that'll end the trilogy. And this is Tito Ortiz's last fight, so that's why I kind of hung back on the insults. Not a real big Tito Ortiz fan. And the main event, the shit that everyone's been talking about for 2 fucking years, it's Silva versus Sonnen 2. The only guy that's bigger, stronger, laid a blueprint, beat him standing up, beat him on the ground, beat him in total strikes thrown. It was like he threw 7 or 8 times as many strikes as Anderson Silva. JLP Sonnen comes in, 28 wins, 11 losses, 1 draw, 6'1", 185. We got the champion, I think he holds just about every single UFC record. I think he holds every fucking record in the UFC. Yeah, I literally think he holds every fucking record. Anderson the Spider Silva, 29-4-0, 6'2", weights 185, and this time he really got underneath Anderson's skin. He was on a press conference call, and he's talking all kinds of shit to tell Sonnen, saying he's gonna break every bone in his body, he's gonna bust his teeth out, fuck his arm up, and all that shit. So they get Sonnen on the phone and tell him like, Sonnen hurt through a translator, and Sonnen just ripped into him with hilarity. Sonnen's fucking hilarious. I really want to see a passing of the guard in this fight. I want to see it go Sonnen's way. I want to see 5 rounds of brutal ground and pound and beat down from Chael Sonnen. That was smooth, man. That was off the top too. I'm just looking at the dude, and I got all of a sudden I just gained some fucking extra swag. So Anderson Silva, he's been he's got his first fight, Chris Lieben. Second fight was a title fight, Rich Franklin, and he gets the fucking knockout. Since then, this guy's been untouchable until August 2010. Chael steamrolling 4.5 rounds of a brutal beatdown, and the champion slaps on a beautiful triangle with his legs, and also gets an armbar. Chael taps once, and the fight's over. Anderson Silva, thanks to the Nogueira Brothers Jiu-Jitsu, black belt, wins by submission. This time, I don't see that happening. when Chael wants to take down, he takes. When he's bigger, he's stronger. That power wrestling, the striking that no one knew he had in the first fight, I can't see that going anywhere. Look at his last 2 fights. Look at his fight against Brian Stan. He looked like he was ragdolling Brian Stan, who ragdolled Chris Levin, and 2 people before that. And then he fought Bisping, the Count Bisping, and he said that Bisping could easily beat Silva. It was such a hard fight for him. It was. He said he hit me. He doesn't know this, but he hit me so hard. I can't remember round 2. So, I mean, a lot of stuff that Chael says, you're like, what is he talking about? You don't know if it's true or not. It's hilarious, regardless. You just don't know if it's true or not. And Anderson Silva is so fucking tired of this guy. I can see him putting Chael away early. So I'm not going to call. I'm not going to call it. I'm not going to call the winner because I do not know. I'm completely undecided. Chael is, as of right now, almost a 3-1 underdog. Actually, yeah, he's about 3-1. A little over, actually. 3-1 underdog. Anderson Silva is 2-1 favorite. So, I mean, if I had the money, if I had $200, sitting around, I would definitely place it on Chael. With some money. And again, I want to see a pass in the guard. And also, it sets up for a fantastic rubber match. So, let's get this shit done. I still can't believe it's Tuesday. I can't believe I've been actually talking to you guys for this fucking long and you're still watching the video. Thank you, by the way. Yeah, come on over, visit this channel anytime. I won't be on here a lot. It's going to change as of this month. Change up a little bit and put some more fights on and put some more women's MMA coverage on and get myself a backdrop so you guys don't have to look at my guitars and my belt and my fucked up couch anymore. And but yeah, and Kurt's always here. Man. Kurt's always here, chill. So. You guys are fucking sweet, man. Thanks for hanging out with me, spending some time with me, talking MMA with me, talking UFC 140 fucking 8 with me. Silva Sun and 2 going down 7, 7, 12, 10 p.m. on the east, 7 on the west, and you bet your ass I'll be tweeting. So let's get this thing done, and hey, you bet your fucking ass. You'll see me after the fights, guys. Drive safe.